In Ray Brooks, Latanya Renee Brooks appearing pro se.
Okay, Ms. Brooks, you can turn on your camera and your microphone, please. There you are. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Okay. Well, basically, I think I argued the problem that I was having in the dismissal of my bankruptcy. And it was the fact of the payment schedule and me thereafter, I think the last payment, losing my job, and then the little money that I did have when I did try to pay it, the bank ended up freezing the access, the account because of, I think, some kind of payment or some kind of check or money order I received from somebody else that didn't clear. And so at that point, I did try to do another fee waiver to get the case, I guess, dismissed rightfully, but didn't work out with the judge. So at that point, I felt like I was already in a situation in coming to bankruptcy, and I was already below the poverty when I first asked for the fee waiver, which was denied, and coming back after losing my job, trying to get a fee waiver again, which was still denied, because he mentioned something about I didn't provide something. I didn't know that I needed to provide something if I'm telling him that I have a situation. So he wanted to, I guess, see the material fact, which I then sent in to show that, hey, I lost a job. Hey, here go the bank information thereafter, which still didn't make a difference. So that's where I was on that. And then from that, the whole other legal situation that came about with the ruling, which he did allow, like, me going back into the situation, me going back and looking at some of the information that was written by the creditor, particularly NDS, finding out that they knew that charges was going to be brought up. But what I didn't understand is, if they made that mention to the judge, then why would the judge still allow them to take possession of the property? According to the state, they let them take possession of the property and sell it if there was fraud done in the process. So the property ended up getting sold by the NDS, which the other creditor ended up buying the property for $37,000, which I make a mention of. And then I'm looking at, okay, well, you got me on criminal charges for a forgery, but yet the property sold by this forgery. So I'm still confused about the whole process, because how do you benefit from a forgery? Never knew that you could, because I was told that anything that is alleged to be forgery, and until I'm proven guilty, you can't move forward. But the property is sold. I now, you know, after talking with I had talked with my attorney, which was being reluctant on giving me the documents of me looking at what had been brought up. Now I find out that not just the DA and all the other people was in coerce, but the investigator, and he was aiding the person who filed the complaint, which was a creditor. He filed a bogus $100,000 mechanic lien, and all of this stuff I have now in my possession, records, recording, showing that all of this stuff was fraudulent. So I've since have contacted FBI. I've contacted a lot of the Senates to show them the recording of this fraudulent thing, because this have truly kind of, I'm gonna say, crippled me in a sense financially. I didn't expect for any of this to happen, but for lies and fraud and all that to come in and no one look at it, but you're looking at me as a criminal, that kind of hit me hard. And that's where, now seeing the information and no one bothered to look at the whole case in a whole, it really kind of blew my mind. So now that I have the recording to show all of the information of the misrepresentation, how everybody benefited from this, it's like, I want to believe in the judicial system, but it's kind of hard when you see that, certain people get to benefit that you don't. It make it hard for me. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, all right. Any questions for Ms. Brooks?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Ms. Brooks, thank you very much for your time and for your briefs. We're going to talk about your case. We'll be sending out a written decision pretty quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
That concludes our last case, so court's in recess.